Hello, everyone. This is Lisa Palgraham, and I just spontaneously decided that I wanted to host a Zoom call tonight. It is June 30th, 2025. I just got back from a magical month on the island of the gods, Bali, Indonesia. Completely transformational, life-changing, incredible, extraordinary, mind-blowing. Gathered there with a group of 12 extraordinary women who came from around the world. Had the most amazing time, and I'm just so excited to share more about next year's Bali retreat, next year's India retreat, answer any questions, talk about some special discounts and offers that we have going on right now, and just to kind of share all of the magic and the joy. So, this behind me is one of our incredible venues in Ahmed, which is the Positano of Bali. It's perched up on the cliffs and overlooking the Indian Ocean and absolutely stunning. But we have our Bali retreat next year. The Eat, Pray, Love Bali Bliss retreat is going to have 3 different weeks taking place in Ubud and Nusa Penida and Ahmed, some different locations in Indonesia. And we're all right within like 45. Nusa Penida Island's about 45 minutes off the coast of Bali, and Ahmed is just a few hours from Denpasar, the airport in Bali, the main airport. So, but I just wanted to like share a little bit more about the retreat experience, share some of the highlights and updates from this past year, share kind of some sneak previews for next year, just to make sure that you all had a sense of what's coming up. I'm also super excited because I'm officially launching my Goddess Bliss Retreats membership so that you have a really easy way to just sign on for this 18-month membership package where you can just budget over time like you would for any major purchase or decision, or if you were like financing a major purchase, right? That you just over time, a couple $100s a month that you're just putting towards this epic 10-star luxury vacation, right? That I have put together for you with the help of extraordinary people and teachers and healers and co-facilitators in Bali and in India. So just this year's past retreat, the Heaven on Earth Bali Bliss retreat that I just wrapped up, was mind-blowing for all of us, for both the participants and myself. I had spent 18 months planning it. I had worked with a retreat broker who lives in Bali, who helped me pick all the extraordinary venues. So we really had a personal hands-on touch, somebody who lived in Bali for over a decade. And it just made it all so magical. And I spent a couple extra weeks in Bali after my retreat wrapped this past year. And I scouted some more venues and I found some more extraordinary, like mind-blowing restaurants, like a restaurant carved into the side of a cliff overlooking the ocean at sunset, and like a restaurant where you're underwater and these tropical fish are swimming all around you, like all these incredibly cool things you can really only find in Bali, Indonesia. And then I've found tour guides one who is like multi-generational. He's been an ethnic heritage tour guide in Bali. So he's an expert on like the Hindu culture and the spirituality and the history. And lovely, lovely, lovely man. And he and his wife own rice paddies and coffee plantation, and they grow their own fruits. And I stayed in one of their beautiful little villas right off the rice paddies, little distance from the center of Ubud. And they just took care of everything. They would hand deliver like home cooked vegetarian meals to my front door, drive me around places I needed to go. And so they're going to be involved in next year's retreat. We're actually going to take a cooking class at their home. I mean, they have this stunning, beautiful Balinese home with their own Balinese temple, their own coffee plantation, rice paddies, grow their fruit, and they're going to cook in their home and sort of show us a little sampling of the agrotourism, like sustainability, agriculture tourism, ecotourism in Bali. So just I met so many extraordinary people. I created so many extraordinary experiences for next year that I'm just so excited to share it all. So I do want to jump in and like show you some highlights from the Heaven on Earth Bali Bliss retreat that was May 21st through 31st, 2025. And I want to show you a sneak preview of next year. And I want to show you more about India, the Enlightened Queens retreat, which will be happening November 8th through 18th, 2026. You got 18 months to get this all planned. Get your plane tickets, plenty of time, and get your time off of work and whatever you need. Get your pets watched, your kids or whatever has to be taken care of so you can just focus on you, Queen, right? So the India retreat next year is going to be at a palace. It's going to be epic. And so I want to give you a glimpse at that. And then I'm going to talk a little bit more about how my new Goddess Bliss Retreats membership works. My brilliant friend, Erin Haig, who launched luxury and business retreats several years ago and has sold out so many successful retreats around the world. Erin has this beautiful business membership model for her retreats. Hers are built on a 12-month structure, but somebody can sign up. And like at a certain level, you get spot, a shared room at a retreat. At the next level up, you get a private room at one of her retreats. The next level up, I think you get like special add-ons like VIP services, massages, things like that. So I currently am just launching the first two tiers right now, which is the Goddess Bliss Retreats economy class ticket, which is basically it's for most people, for founding members, it's going to be $297 a month that you just automatically debited and goes towards your beautiful, all expenses paid, luxury, amazing vacation of your choice, your Bali or India. And actually next year I might be adding in Mexico and Italy. So stay tuned. There'll be more coming. But you get to pick which retreat works for you, the timing and the vibe of the retreat, what excites you, what you want to do. If you sign up for the business class membership level, then you are guaranteed a private room at any one of the retreats that you pick from. The economy class, you get a shared room with one other woman, you get your own bed, but in just a shared bathroom for the two of you. But you get to either invite a bestie or a sister or a cousin or a friend, or meet somebody extraordinary and new, right? And these women make friendships and sisterhoods for life. It's incredible to see the bonds that women form. Because, you figure like we're all so inundated every day with like, I read a statistic recently. It was like there's like 11 billion bits of information that are like flying by us every day, right? It's too much for our brains to absorb. And so we're inundated with notifications from our iPhones and our computers, and there's always so much going on. And I feel like retreats, what to me makes a retreat experience extraordinary is that you get to step away from the normal sort of like chaos and pace and business of your life, right? Because you're a woman in this world. Let's face it, like women are socialized to have people depend upon us to be caregivers, right? We're nurturing. So like we may have children or parents or elderly relatives or nieces or nephews or pets or plants or businesses that we're growing and cultivating and gardening and taking care of, right? And often I think we're also socialized to really put ourselves last. So to not necessarily prioritize our own happiness, right? To put everyone else above ourselves, in front of ourselves. And I think that my retreats are really designed around my mission on Earth, which is I have two central missions. One is to empower girls and women globally. So it's just elevating women, right? That we're all like becoming more economically empowered, that we're all just having more fun, that we're all just, living these really joyous lives and being who we want to be in the world, creating what we want to create. So my other mission is to touch, move, and inspire millions of people. And that I'll be doing more of through my books and my keynotes and my TEDx talks. But I feel like when I host a retreat for women, it's really combining my passions for life coaching, living your dreams, and best destiny, women's leadership, and also my passion for global travel. Because I have been a global traveler since I first scraped by and saved up money and did fundraisers to go to France junior year of high school. There was like a French class trip to go to Paris. So I like did fundraisers, made the money, went to Paris and had the best time, right? And when I was in college, my best friend from undergraduate at Princeton University, and my best friend Georgia Williams, she had studied Russian for like 8 years. She was from Wisconsin, but happened to be fluent in Russian. So she was like, we're going to go spend a summer in Moscow. Okay. So this was years ago, but I went and spent a summer in Moscow. This was long before Vladimir Putin was in charge. And it was incredible. It was extraordinary. Learned some sort of like alphabet, knew some basic Russian phrases, would kind of like pass myself off as a Russian girl. I was there and, just had the best time. So, but I've just really become someone who loves and embraces global travel. And I really love to create extraordinary transformational and spiritual experiences for women around the world. And so I tend to make my retreats thematic. So they're like the location helps determine the theme, basically. So the Eat, Pray, Love Bali Bliss Retreat. Obviously the famous Elizabeth Gilbert book, Eat, Pray, Love. Bali was like the spiritual, the pray kind of component piece. No. I'm sorry. I think Bali was love, right? Because that's when she fell in love with her future husband. And India was whatever it was. But regardless, Bali was a central, piece of the narrative in the book and the movie. And so I had felt this calling to go to Bali for a very long time. And I finally just fell in love with the venue there, found a retreat broker on the ground, just got it all moving and just moved with my dream. And like I said, just my mind was blown by the results because you're taking a group of women away from your busy lives, and then we're depositing ourselves flying into paradise, right? So we're like hanging out these stunning 10-star luxury villas that are mind-blowing, meaning only the best, only the finest for you. And then we're having these extraordinary experiences together. We're doing daily guided meditations. We're working on the visions and goals for our lives and our dreams and our vision for heaven on earth and how to create more of that, how to cultivate more inner peace and bliss and joy, no matter what's happening in the world surrounding you, right? So, and I have an itinerary and curriculum for each one, but it also includes blocks every single day of free time to just chill by the pool, to go take a nap, to write in your journal, to go explore in the town, whatever you want to do, right? And I also tend to structure it where like there are exceptions. There are times when we have an activity scheduled at sunrise because it is the best time to capture the magic. Like we're going to do a flying dress photo shoot that is happening in Nusa Penida and Diamond Beach, the most beautiful place I've ever been on earth. And we're going to do it at sunrise because it gets really hot later in the day, because there are crowds later in the day. So we're going to stay overnight at a 10-star luxury beach resort in Nusa Penida. And then our crew is going to take us, our personal photography crew is going to take us up to the top of this cliff to Diamond Beach, stunning views, and take these stunning flying dress photo shoots, right? So it's going to be amazing, amazing, amazing. But yeah, I feel like when you're able to step away from your daily life and all of your responsibilities, and just for like a week, 10 days, give yourself that gift, right? You deserve that gift. Time that you can use to be introspective, to reflect on your life and your goals and your vision and your bucket list dreams and what's the gap between where you are and where you want to be and what you want to create in the world and what you want to experience. And then let's figure out how to help you get there. And what are the practices, the habits, the daily practices? For me, it's meditation, prayer, affirmations, journaling, reading inspiring books, connecting with inspiring people. There are things, hiking outside in nature. There are things I try to do just to keep myself kind of connected to divine source, keep myself in a space of joy, keep myself in a space of peace, and create magic in the world and share it, right? So I really want to help other women continue to create these experiences. And I find it's much easier to do that when we can step away from our daily life. You know, put your phone down, like close the computer, right? Put on do not disturb, like just to really like give yourself the space and the peace to like just experience beauty and bliss and joy in the company of other extraordinary women. So that is what I want for you. And I create my retreats as with the intention of always holding a safe and sacred space for transformation and miracles, right? So whatever that looks like for you, I feel like, the retreat broker, Melanie, that we worked with on the ground in Bali said that, set an intention when you come to Bali that the beautiful Mother Island will teach you, and ask the Mother Island to teach you gently. Ask her to teach you through love. Ask her to teach you through success and joy and grace and miracles, right? Because she said Bali will teach you what you need to know. Bali is a spiritual vortex, but you want to actually ask, please make it kind, please make it gentle. Please teach me the lessons I need to know in a beautiful, loving way through success and joy, right? So I set that intention for the entire group, and my mind was blown. I mean, we had experiences with Balinese priestesses and shamans and water purification ceremonies at a temple, and personal offerings that a priestess made for us, and beautiful food that was cooked for us by these extraordinary Balinese locals who made us beautiful food and prepared it in extraordinary ways. Like everything is so artistic. They would put flower petals all around our tables, and we had those famous like floating breakfast in the pool covered with flower petals, and I had the bath with the flower petals and the fragrant oils. And there's really a way that the magical island of Bali, they treat all of life as art, right? That every day, like 85% of the population is Hindu in Bali. So, and I'm a practicing Buddhist. They're very like similar practices and philosophies. And so every morning they will make these little baskets out of bamboo kind of fronds. And then they put fresh flowers in, and they put incense and some food offerings. And they set out these beautiful little offerings with the incense burning on the street in front of their homes and shops in the mornings, and do like a little ritual. And just the most beautiful thing. It's like you come out in the morning if you're wandering through town and there's incense burning and fresh flowers everywhere and people saying prayers and it's just like it's so beautiful and so intentional. And it's a culture that's very reverent, deeply spiritual, that believes in karma. I'm just adjusting my little Isis necklace I got there, which I love. So they believe in karma. So people believe you do good, you get good, you do bad, you get bad, right? So people there are very focused. It's very much a heart-centered culture of service and joy and love. So the Balinese people are the most open-hearted, uh, lovely, just kind of service-oriented, humble, amazing, happy culture, people I've ever met. Just like all the Balinese people I met and hung out with were just so happy. And for them, it's like the beautiful mother island gives them what they need, right? It's so abundant. You have your beautiful fruits growing for you and your beautiful rice paddies and your coffee plantations and everything growing for you, like the island is serving you. And people are happy to be of service in their communities, doing whatever work is their calling, right? People are very hardworking, but Sundays are sacred, right? They take Sundays for family time, community time, to go to temples, ceremonies. And it's just all of it, the goddesses and the statues and the artwork all around in reverence of just, their goddesses and what they believe in. Is so beautiful, and it's such a love and service based culture, and people are so happy, and there was such a like peacefulness and kind of lightness to the culture, and especially I think for those of us, I retreat attendees from around the world, but for those of us living in the United States currently, these are very dark times, and it's super challenging. And so I think that being in a place where the culture is so peaceful and beautiful and oriented towards love and service, and also where it's really safe, like we have more guns than people in the US. They don't, I mean, the police don't even really use guns in Bali. Nobody has guns. It's just not a thing. It's not a thing. And like the people are so happy and joyful and ready to serve, and as a culture also is interesting. I didn't know this, but the Balinese people typically are on the tinier side. So a lot of the men were like, I'm 5'4". A lot of the men were my height or shorter, and it just I felt really safe. Like I felt really safe around all the men there. I felt that sense in the US that I feel in a lot and other places sometimes where I travel, that as a woman I could be unsafe, and can I walk around, at night at all? Is it safe? Is it not safe? Will I be attacked? And I felt so safe there. I felt so safe there and so held and cared for by the island and the beautiful people. So all of that is to say, I'm going to jump in and show you some photographs and highlights from the Bali Bliss Retreat, Heaven on Earth Bali Bliss Retreat 2025. So give me just 2 seconds because I am going to pull up the album that our extraordinary photographer, Elisa, created for us. And anyone who attends the Bali Bliss retreats or the India retreats will be getting an album. And well, you are guaranteed, everybody gets photographs by our personal photographer. And you are guaranteed, let's see, 3 photographs from our photographer, but you can like upgrade the package. You can get, you have all kinds of options to work with Elisa, but her work is stunning. So I wanted to show you just a few quick highlights. Like this was some of the, when we had first arrived at our first location for the Heaven on Earth Bali Bliss Retreat 2025, I had a Balinese priestess come in the first full day that all our guests had arrived and settled in. And she created each of these personal offering baskets for each of us and went around and did a prayer individually for each of us. So as you can see, I've described these earlier. They take these bamboo fronds, these leaves, and then they make them into little baskets, and then they have the flowers, and they have a coconut and fruit offerings, and they do all these beautiful rituals with perfumed oils and flowers to like make offerings to the gods and goddesses. It's beautiful. This was us kind of goofing around at the beach in our little, I always have to do, excuse me, the Wonder Woman pose. This is our gorgeous group of women. Was Elisa in this shot? Yes. Okay. Elisa got in the shot. Goofing around, but this is us doing the offerings. This is our beautiful priestess Wayan leading us through it, and all the rituals of kind of blessing the the ancestors and calling in the gods. And even like they do these interesting little blessings to like the demon gods. Like, you kind of want to make sure that the demons are satisfied and aren't going to bother you. So you give them a little fruit and a little offering, right? Some incense. So we're doing this beautiful ritual ceremony. YN was extraordinary. And each of the women had these really powerful experiences as she went around to each of us individually. It was incredibly beautiful. So just watching and observing these personal ceremonies. She's blessing each of the women and putting holy water and fragrant oils, and just the whole thing was extraordinary. So we are enjoying this incredible experience together. And there were some really, really magical moments where Elisa, our photographer, who is very gifted as a spiritual healer and teacher, also heard this voice when she was about to go through her own offering process that said, "Are you ready?" And she said, "Okay, I'm ready." And she said the room for Elisa, she saw the room we were in fill with like 100 spirits and angels, just like spirit guides, ancestors cheering us on. And it was like tears were just pouring down her face. Like we were all like crying watching it. It was beautiful, but just like tears were pouring down her face. And she was describing it to us afterwards. She's like, she's known for a long time. She can like communicate with people beyond the veil from the other side. And she channels message like as a medium, sort of messages from people's loved ones who have passed on. And like, just she saw this whole room full of spirits and angels and ancestors cheering us on, like they were so proud of us. And it's obviously still gets me a little emotional. So, but this was the very first at the Heaven on Earth Bali Bliss retreat in 2025. We stayed at 3 different venues. We're also going to stay at 3 different venues next year, just because I like people to be able to experience a couple different elements of the island. But this was the temple at Sadara Resort. Look at this beautiful place that was like right on the ocean, and then had its own temple, had like, a beautiful pool, our goddesses playing around in the water. And we had organized activities. They also had daily yoga classes, dance classes, Balinese dance classes. We would have dinner right on the ocean, at this beautiful restaurant. We went into town to some special restaurants to try some really traditional Balinese dishes sometimes. But this was our first venue, which was in Nusa Dua, which is about a 45-minute ride from the Denpasar airport. So I wanted when people arrived to be like an easy landing. So everybody came to this luxury resort, got settled in their air-conditioned, beautiful rooms, right? And you could walk straight to the pool, straight to the ocean, these beautiful gardens we could wander through, and they had all these lovely activities every day. And you could easily walk to town. You just like walk out the gates, and there are all these restaurants and shops. So everybody got a chance to like explore and do some souvenir shopping. It was super fun. So I think these are oh yeah, this was the Balinese dancing classes. I used to be a professional swing and belly dancer, so these are all kind of fun. All of us learning our little ball. It's hard, this Balinese dancing, but it was amazing and beautiful. I just see, I'm going to kind of skip through this one quickly, get like little action shots. And then, oh yeah, some of the ladies were dancing to a live band, the one of the nights at dinner by the beach, yoga class out in the garden. We'd meditate out there. This is the Sadara Resort in Nusa Dua. So it was just really extraordinary. So I'm going to go back just for a second because I want to move on to gallery number 2, just in the interest of time. So this venue we're also returning to next year, Villas Bukit. This is the one in Ahmed, which is like the Positano of Bali. And I fell so in love with with this venue. This is the one where we're like perched up on the cliffs overlooking the Indian Ocean with these incredible infinity pools. So, and you wake up to the sunrise views. It's the east side of the island. This is some of the beautiful artwork within these, like the bathrooms were like handcrafted wood, all the artistry. They were indoor, outdoor, a lot of them. They have these kind of like jungle elements. Your bedroom is fully air conditioned, nice and cool and relaxing. And then the outdoor terraces overlooking the ocean had these cool like egg chairs and royal purple chairs and day beds where you can lounge and relax. I mean, it was just, this to me was like heaven on earth. I was so happy because there's beautiful gardens, right? And then we would walk right up to the restaurant up at the top of the hill. Some of our beautiful goddesses here, where they would cook us delicious vegetarian and pescatarian food every day, and fresh juices, tropical fruits every single morning. Everybody loved hanging out in these beautiful pools. So we had our meals, breakfast in the morning, lunch and dinner, everything like easy peasy provided for you. This is a little pool right at the top of the hill in the restaurant. This is the yoga shala upstairs. So we did our meditations here. We did yoga workshops here. I had a yoga teacher with us the whole time, Adana Mack, who's amazing. Some of our incredible retreat guests also facilitated some workshops just to share their gifts and talents, their breath work, their EFT, the things they do with the world. That's our amazing yoga teacher, Adana. We love her. And here's some of the women just being awesome on the edge of the infinity pool. I got to go back to that one. Like, I love this so much. Look at everybody living their best life. It makes me so happy. Yeah, we decided we're like, we're going to take some group shots on the edge of the infinity pool because we can, because we're in Bali. So here's the beautiful group of us. Uh, and we were safe. It's a wide ledge. You like hop right in the pool afterwards, but this was just fun to kind of capture the feeling of this magical place where we were. It was so stunning. I didn't ever want to leave. I was like, I'd just be here forever. This is when we went to the Gates of Heaven Temple, which is very famous, which is near Ahmed, our beautiful retreat guests. Just love these women to pieces. So we all got these special saris that they give you, wrap you up in color. We're all having fun. And the Gates of Heaven Temple is this very iconic, beautiful Lauren, this very iconic temple that a lot of people get photo shoots done. So this is our amazing group, but you'll see in, Shalice, my friends, you'll see in a minute, they take these incredible shots where they have this mirror effect. That's kind of a famous Bali thing to do. That's our gorgeous photographer, Elisa. Um, so let's get to the Gates of Heaven. Our lovely ladies. Of course, it was a heaven on earth themed retreat, so we had to go to the Gates of Heaven. Beautiful Christy. So you can see here when they take these photos, they have like a mirror effect. You can't see it quite as well as you do in some of the some of the final shots that the photographers gave us. But here's Christy, like at the Gates of Heaven. Um, so we did get to have extra. Oh, this is one of the sunrises, right? Had these extraordinary experiences, some yoga, breath work, movement, meditation. But really, the intention of this retreat, the Heaven on Earth retreat, was to help the women create more peace, heaven, joy, love, bliss within, right? And then to bring more of that into the world, co-create more heaven and earth. This is our little cute little kitty who lived at the villas. Oh my God. So this is like what we woke up to in the mornings. It was insane. I mean, it's just so beautiful. I just like cried from the beauty of it, just to be in this magical place that was handcrafted with so much love and designed to be such an oasis with bamboo and eco luxury materials that care for the earth. And it just showed me what's possible, right? That we can live in kind of this Garden of Eden on earth, that we don't have to destroy each other and be at war and have hate and conflict, that we can all embrace and love each other. It was just such a special time. So, all right, let's go back because I think we have our retreat gallery, our final venue in Bali. This, I cried. Oh my God. We got to the Ark, which was our villa that we stayed at in the center of Ubud. Ubud is the cultural heart of Bali, kind of the place everybody goes for the art and music culture and food. And I had not ordered this. This was a surprise. I didn't know they were going to do this. They handcrafted this beautiful flower mandala welcoming us. And I just cried. I was so grateful. I was like, God is so good. Life is so good. I can't believe like the beauty that these people are creating for us. I just was so moved. So this was our yoga shala, and everybody had these beautiful rooms. Each room had a different gemstone theme to it. And look at this bathtub. I mean, like, come on, it's just so beautiful. They had a spa, they had some books and crystals and perfumes for sale. Oh, look at these beautiful ladies. Love you. So this was the Ark where we stayed in Ubud. This is their stunning, extraordinary staff. They took such good care of us. Every meal was so like artfully prepared. You can see like the flower petals all around the plates, and it was just so beautiful. Look at them. I love them. And this was doing one of our meditations and facilitation workshop sessions in one of the evenings. This is some of the beautiful grounds, like the open air day beds, living room where we hung out. Beautiful Marianne. Oh, I love these. Of course, they had this lovely pool and these like floating day beds. These blue like cushions are sort of like giant beanbag chairs that float. They were the best. But the pool was beautiful and relaxing. And when you needed to go into town, they would give you a ride. They'd give you a helmet and zip you into town on a little motorbike, which is super fun. But you could also walk, 5, 10 minutes and be like right at restaurants and shops. So this was really a great location. But I love like this is just like these were just like signs that were on the walk to the restaurants. A friendly smile can massage the most unhappy heart. When you turn your work into joy, you will not work anymore. You will play, right? That is my life. Like I'm so grateful. A friendly smile. Yep. So it's just such a beautiful, wonderful country. Oh, my goddesses. Love these women. So yeah, we had so much fun. Let's see. Oh yeah. You can see this like it's so relaxing, these little day beds. Oh my God. And we went to explore. We went out to this restaurant, Zest, which was one of my favorite restaurants in town. It was just really, it was magical. And, I really felt like the women, in speaking to each of the women, getting testimonials afterwards and feedback, like people really left transformed, right? Just the energy of the island, the beauty of the other women, what we shared, our vulnerability, our dreams, our visions. Like so many women got so much clarity around their purpose and their mission and their vision and their next steps in their lives. It was incredible. But you can just like see the joy and the beauty, right? Like Lisa's photography, like gets me choked up too and emotional because just everybody's so beautiful. We had so much fun. So makes me want to be back there right now. I can't wait to go back. So I loved the Ark. I mean, their staff was so incredible. They were so good to us. And you're right in the middle of like the jungle and the rice fields, but you can like walk right into town. So it's pretty idyllic location. Here we are doing our little pool poses at this particular pool. So much fun. I think there's just one more quick album I'm just going to zip through because I want to get to India. But this is just, we went to the monkey forest. So this is like, they have a forest and you can go just hang out and the monkeys are like a foot away from you. They're very comfortable with people. You just can't go in there with with food because they will come take it from you. But you'd see like the little monkeys grooming their little babies, hanging out, and they'd just be like a foot away from you, just chilling and doing their thing. I mean, look at them. Oh my God. Anyways, that was super fun. So, that was last year's Bali Bliss retreat. And next year's, I'm going to attempt to share and play. I'm not sure if you're going to be able to hear the volume because it doesn't always sync when I'm on la 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 view. Yeah, I'm not sure if I can. Oh, I don't know if you're going to be able to hear the volume synced or not. But if not, you can go to my Instagram and check this out. So this was just like highlights and like what to expect next year. These are some highlights from 2025. And then we're going to do flying dress photo shoots, all of us next year. We're going to go to some incredible restaurants that like are the best in the world. But these are some of the highlights from 2025 as well. So it was just, this was in Nusa Penida, Diamond Beach, my flying dress photo shoot. So yeah, we're gonna go visit some waterfall restaurants, all kinds of incredibly cool things. Let's see if it'll let me. Oops, sorry. I wanted to see if I could still. I'll send this afterwards. That was my breakfast in the pool, just as like a link so that you can go check it out if you couldn't hear the audio. I'm not sure if you were able to hear the audio, but it was so much fun, you guys. It was incredible. We can build every room inside. So yeah, that is just, let me just stop this one. Okay. So hold on, I'm going to close that little Instagram out. That is kind of a sneak peek of some of what's coming for Bali. Bali next year is going to be even more magical. And it's next year's Eat, Pray, Love experience will have, it's like a choose your own adventure retreat. So week 1 is eat, week 2 is pray, week 3 is love. You could do week 1, You could do week 1 and 2. You could do week 2 and 3. You could do week 1 and 3. You could do whatever you want. Um, but any of the, if you join at the founding members rate of the $297 per month to get a shared room spot or $497 a month to get a private room spot, you can pick any of those 3 weeks. If you come for a couple of weeks, you have to pay a little bit extra. That's like the cost per week. But the first week is Eat. It will be a foodie and art and cultural immersion in Ubud, the cultural hall of Bali. We will also be doing the flying dress shoot in Nusa Penida, which is Diamond Beach, which is spectacular and amazing and beautiful, right? So it's going to be so exciting and fun. We'll visit some of the world's top restaurants. We'll have these incredible experiences, cultural music and art experiences. Go to like one of the world's top art galleries. You can get some traditional Balinese art at amazing prices, see some wood carvers working on their beautiful pieces that they do by hand. It just, we're all the cooking class at a Balinese family that like owns rice fields and rice plantation or coffee plantations. It's going to be mind blowing. So week 2 is pray. Week 1 is May 18th through 25th, 2026. Week 2, pray, is May 25th through 31st. No, May 25th through June 1st, I believe, 2026. Week 2, we will be back in Ahmed, this beautiful place that I love so much. And it's a spiritual immersion week. So there'll be daily guided meditations and yoga. We'll work with Balinese priestesses and shamans. We'll do a water purification ceremony, this time at a waterfall and a temple. You'll get to like actually be kind of, cleansed by the water from this kind of waterfall. And then we'll go to visit the Gates of Heaven temple again, but do a flying dress photo shoot at the Gates of Heaven, which is going to be just magical. So we also will do some time in silence right in the middle of that retreat in honor of Nyepi, which is the Balinese New Year's celebration. So for Balinese New Year's, they spend the day in silence because they want to be reflective about the last year, about what's coming next, and just, it's a beautiful tradition. So we're going to do that as well. Week 3, love, that is the week when all of you goddesses and queens can bring a partner, spouse, bestie, cousin, sister, niece, children, right? So you can bring up to, let's see, you can have up to 6 family members total. You just have to reserve in advance because it's going to be first come, first served how many people can fit at we'll have 15 bedrooms in 5 different villas. But you could have like a whole villa you take over with your family, right? So you will be paying the basic retreat cost. There's an upgrade charge of $1,000 for each additional adult who comes if a partner, spouse, bestie comes, and $500 for each additional child who comes, just because it's more meals, it's more activities, it's more cost. But you could bring your kids, your cousin, your niece, your spouse. And so that week, the love week, is June 1st through 7th, 2026. If you come to that week, there'll be tons of organized activities you can partake in, or you can just chill at our beautiful villas. But, we'll have organized hiking and visits to temples and snorkeling and meals and art and all kinds of fun things. And there'll be kid-friendly activities. And, you can participate in as many or as few activities as you want. Your meals will be provided. Really, with my retreats, they're pretty all inclusive. So like your lodging, your luxury lodging is included. Your meals are included with just a few exceptions where sometimes if we have a block of time where we're like near an area where you can walk to restaurants, I give people like an afternoon or evening off to go explore. So you can like pick a restaurant, try something else. But the majority of your meals are just included. All your activities are included. All your transportation to your activities are included. The only real 2 things that we didn't include last year, so that you buy your own round trip airplane ticket because you need to figure out what works best for you. And then I give you the best recommendation from our villa to pick you up from the airport, and you just coordinate your airport transport on your own, but I tell you exactly how to do it. It's super easy peasy. So but beyond that, and I do not include alcoholic beverages in the retreat packages. That's like an add-on. If you come and you want to drink a lot of margaritas by the pool, have fun, go at it. But partly because these retreats are pretty spiritually oriented, I just don't provide it. I personally don't drink very much. And that helps me keep the cost more manageable, so I can keep the cost more manageable for you. And then things like, if you want to get, some of the women would go get 5 spa services a day. They'd get massage and flower bath and manicure and pedicure and reflexology. And like, those are add-ons. So those are like luxury add-ons, but every one of our resorts and villas, you can get those. You can sign up for massage services in advance if you want, right? But pretty much everything else is included. I plan it all. I take care of it all. You just need to get on the plane. That's it. You just need to get on the plane. You just need to show up. You just need to come. So I'm realizing we're almost at closing time and I have not gotten through India. So we're hopping over to India for a moment here because I need to share more about the Enlightened Queen's Retreat. Okay. So India is taking place, the Enlightened Queen's Retreat, a retreat for women ready to shine more brightly than ever, November 8th through 18th, 2026, during Diwali, the Festival of Lights, biggest festival in India. So voted India's most romantic hotel where we're staying in India's magical pink city. So this is the retreat where spiritual awakening meets economic empowerment, and we emerge as wealthy in all the ways that matter queens, standing in our sovereign nature, ready to build our own economies. Where there is darkness, let me be the light, right? That's what we're trying to do here. So, and that is why it very intentionally takes place over Diwali, India's most important holiday and a celebration of good over evil. So this palace, as I mentioned, has been voted the most romantic hotel in India. These two on the left, I believe, are the owners. I think that's there in the middle as well. There's some models on the right. But it's just stunning. I mean, like every room is different. Every room is a work of art, right? So this is going to be our home. We may do a little guest stint also at the Taj, which is like a palace on a lake in the same town. It's incredible. Okay, yep, I'm just trying to advance these. We'll have the best Indian food, these stunning rooms, this stunning art. I mean, it's just like a feast for the eyes and the imagination. So the Enlightened Queen Retreat includes 10 nights and 9 full days, lodging at the Pearl Palace, voted India's most romantic hotel, welcome reception and ceremony. We will have just like a champagne toast to greet you as you come. And oh, I'm sorry, that date, it should be November 8th, 2026, excuse me. You'll have 10 professional photographs. You can also get an upgraded Empress package if you want a limo ride from the airport, your own welcome toast, unlimited spa services, a custom designed sari, henna treatments, a custom designed VIP day, and 20 beautiful professional photographs of you. So this is what is not included: your round trip flights, transportation from the airport, and spa services unless you upgrade to the Empress package. So this is from one of my previous visits to India, just like it's a country where I feel like I've lived in previous lifetimes. I was at a church and this family wanted me to pose with them and they handed me the baby and I posed with my beautiful new family. But look how colorful the art and the culture. This is me in saris shopping when I was in India, 2011, my first trip there. And this, these are some of the links. I'm going to just email everybody the links, but because basically the way that it works with my retreats, if you are able to pay in full for a private or a shared room, you will always save money. I do provide the 18-month payment plans because it's easier on a lot of people's budgets. So I want to make sure these retreats are accessible for everyone. So, you know, a lot of people opt for the payment plans. And I will be emailing you all those links and information because you're going to get the best rates right now. So in fact, if you sign up, if you check this out, this replay, or you're listening in now and you sign up tonight, if you're like, you know what, Lisa, I know what I'm in, like June 30th, this is it. I want to make sure I don't miss. I know half the spots are sold. I'm coming. And even if you're not sure yet, you're like, I don't know if I'm doing Bali or India, but I'm coming to one of them, right? The best way you're going to be able to make sure you don't lose your spot at these retreats is to sign up now. And if you sign up today, if you're just like, know you're in, okay, and you sign up, you are going to get an additional 10% off any package with Bliss Retreats is the code. And I will send that in an email to everyone. So I'm going to send you all the links. If you know you're ready to come to one of these retreats, you just sign up, pick your package, get your extra 10% off, right? And if you're able to pay in full, you will always save money. Just because as a business owner, when I spread out a payment plan over 18 months, I myself am personally taking on the risk that somebody could go into default or non-payment. And obviously, if somebody can pay in full, it's a safer thing for me as a business owner. It's easier, less management, less, kind of paperwork to deal with. So there's always like a teeny bit, like you're gonna save a bit of money if you can pay in full. But again, I want this to be accessible to everyone. But I just want to create extraordinary experiences that are going to rock your world, change your life, bring you back a different person. And so I'm so excited to share these. And I'm going to wrap this up momentarily because I really like to stay right on time with my calls. But I'm going to be following up with an email to send everybody the replay, following up with an email to send you the links to sign up if you want to be a founding member for the Goddess Bliss retreats. This is the best rate you're ever going to get for my retreats. You're going to get an extra 10% off if you just know you're in and you go for it and you sign up, right? You're going to get that extra bonus, and your life is going to be changed. I mean, I can't explain to you how many magical dreams I have held in my heart for like decades were like magically manifesting all over me. Just like I was in Bali and like everything I had ever wanted kept just showing up. It was wild. So if you trust in your own instincts, when you're called by spirit to go to these beautiful places, to build in time for yourself, to take care of your health, your physical, spiritual, emotional health, to treat yourself, you deserve this. You're worth it, right? Do these beautiful experiences. You're also going to walk away with a community of beautiful sisters, women from around the world who want to elevate you, support you, lift you up. These are safe and confidential spaces. What happens in Bali stays in Bali. What happens in India stays in India, right? You are given space, you are given time, you are given skill sets and habits and workshops and practitioners and healers who can help you just continue to evolve into the next greatest, grandest version of you. And it's the joy of a lifetime for me to get to do this work. I am so fortunate. I'm so blessed. And I've been on this conscious healing journey of healing myself from PTSD for 20 years. And I used to go to yoga and meditation. I still go to retreats, but I used to go to these silent yoga and meditation retreats that transformed my life. And I remember watching my teacher, Dina Amsterdam, lead the room in yoga and meditation. We're in these beautiful retreat centers in Santa Barbara on the cliffs above the ocean, and like it was magical. And I remember thinking, like, she has the greatest job. She gets to like travel to beautiful places around the world and help women and serve and share her gifts. And like, what a magical thing. And so 20 years later, like here I am, full circle. I'm sharing my gifts. I've been on this healing journey consciously for 20 years. I transformed my life. I used to have regular panic attacks, night terrors, chronic anxiety. And okay, yeah. Oh, for those who have to go, love you. Bye. Yes, I will send the replay and notes, but I'm so happy you're here. Bye-bye. Yeah, so you can hop off whenever you need to. I'll send you the links. So yeah, it was just like I have healed myself of so many things with the help of so many healers, so that I really am excited to share this with you. I want to give these gifts back in the world. So as I said, you're going to get a bunch of links just for you to sign up for extra bonuses. If you just know you're in, you don't even have to know yet. Is it India or is it Bali or like which week of the Bali retreat? If you just know you've got to come, sign up for one of the packages, right? And then I will be back in touch. We'll be meeting on Zoom monthly. Once you sign up as a member of the Goddess Bliss Retreats, we will meet on Zoom monthly. We will stay connected, right? And you will have time, and I will give you the deadlines. Like if the spots are filling, I'll make sure you know, so you can grab your spot in the week of Bali that you want or India that you want. So you have your time and you can grab your spot. So watch for that email. Enjoy the replay. Reach out if you have questions. I'm probably going to host a couple of these once in a while just to like give everybody a sense of what's coming up. But I'm so excited. I'm so blessed. I love you all. And I can't wait to see you in India or Bali. So keep the magic and love going. You know, you're the best. You deserve this. Love you.